Good to have you with. Doing a couple things today. Thought that might be interesting to you. So wanted to stop and take a moment and catch this for you. What I've got here is drywall going up on this wall. Problem I've got is if you come and look, the main support beam here, which had no control, is what it is. If you look, it's kind of sitting tipped. Now, I can put the drywall on there and bend it to that, but you're gonna have, you'll see that. It will look obvious, especially when you come into this inner corner. This piece here is cut square. So you'll see at the very top side, it's gonna tuck in. It's gonna be a pain, but it's gonna look not professional. So, what do you do for something like that? What I'm gonna do is, I've got these nice door shims that are just from my spare set. I kind of wish I had more of these longer ones, but I'm gonna make do. I'm gonna make this work. But I'm gonna put the level up and put shims in there so that it'll bring it square. So when we put the piece of drywall up on there, you'll just run up your stud lines and it'll hold nice and tight, be nice and square. So what you're gonna need for something like this, I got my Milwaukee level, and as always, Milwaukee Multitool. And what I'm going to use to shoot them up is just a brad nailer. I'm shooting 2-inch brads. You could shoot 1 inch. It's just what I have loaded in there. And as I said, just get yourself some door shims. But this being as long as it is, those long shims would have been perfect if I had more of those. But yeah, because that corner is going to take 2. But here we go. Let's get into it. As I said, I'm kind of betting it's going to take 2 for in this corner. But this is kind of the feel game here. Oh, maybe not quite that much. Might be able to get by. No. See, we're looking at a little bit more than just that 1. Not by much, but you'd see just a little bit that if I had 1, so in here, I might be able to just salvage the piece here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna nip this off and I'm gonna slip this behind the top and it might be in good shape. So, that was probably loud and obnoxious. Sorry about that. Okay. Give it a good plant like that. That's about as good as we can hope for. That looks like money to me. Oh, shoot a little tack. See? Flush. That's pretty awesome. That's one right there. You can always say, all right, we're much better off than what we were. So, moving on. Come on down the line here. See this one? That's like perfect. But you can see we're a little, I don't need to come all the way down. I don't want to buck us out any further than we need to. So I might actually use one of my shorter shims here. See if that sits in there a little nicer and does my taper a little better. Ooh, look at that. It's like perfect. Actually, look at that thing. It's perfect. See, I'm trying to rock the level right now. We could fit maybe 2 pieces of paper through there. Again, making an improvement, and you will not notice anything like that. Okay, a little tough to get this one. All right. It's probably, again, I would say short one, but I have a, wonder if this one's any more kind of right on. So, come from this way so I don't block it. That's perfect. Okay, now, since I don't have a stud for the corner, I already kind of prepped this in advance. I cut this piece square, so you can see we're touching down here, and you see how far we are away from there. That kind of gives you an idea of what the wedge should look like, you know, just to give you some kind of a reference. So, got a piece like this. You see what I'm saying? That looks about perfect to me. So, you see the difference there of how that slips in there? It looks, it's one of those you got to kind of use the contractor eye, but for what I'm looking at, that looks spot on. Now, next question I'd have is, see if we can't get some kind of an idea how well we did here. Oh, look at that. That looks pretty good. That inside part's just a little in. Not really sure how much I'm really gonna care on that, because you're inside of an 1/8, and you're looking down stud lines. See, now if you go from here across these three, I'm dead on that one, and that downside one is just a little out. But see, now we're splitting hairs, because I could go down the wall and I could argue splits on studs all over the place. That's gonna move that a little bit. Bottom line, that is much more square, and you'll never notice anything like that at this point. So, till next time, next one is going to be a pocket door. So, stay tuned. Catch you later.